and then we can play more matches. So if you want to look on Twitch, I can show you.
Alright, let me log out of here.
Okay, guys. So I've been working on, or well, I haven't touched it in a month, but beforehand, and I didn't get to show anybody, I was doing all the wings in a program called Rhino for my Mercy cosplay. This one. So I did all of these pieces in Rhino, and I recorded all of it, and it didn't quite work. Go figure. Woo, technology and me not so well. Yeah. Hi Adam, welcome on again. Yay. And so I had probably about, I don't know, 5 to 6 hours of footage of me working in CAD, and I was going to do a time-lapse video of it, and the video is the screen, and for some reason I think I have OBS or whatever, OBG or something like that, whatever that program is, and it doesn't like the Rhino program very much. So it would freeze on one screen, but you could see the mouse, and I kept changing and doing stuff, and so I thought it was all recording as I was making this, and then as I watched it, it was like randomly it would show the next thing. So I don't have that to show, but I have the actual CAD to show. So I am going to show y'all that real quick. I want to downsize that. No. Desktop. Desktop. Okay, maybe. Let us close this temporarily. And I will show you my file. Hopefully it'll work. Ta-da! So I'll explain this on what it actually is for people who haven't used this program. So this is called Rhinoceros, and it's the 5th version. So Rhino 5. And basically, let me everything. So many layers. And this isn't even like half of the layers. Wait, oops. 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry. My roommate was being super loud, and I could hear his music over everything. So, basically, so how I do this is I put it into Illustrator, and let me see. So all of these black lines were Illustrator lines that I imported into the program. So I drew to scale what I wanted, and made each of these pieces. So let us see. Way through there. So that would be one wing segment. And we shall do render, perspective, We're gonna hide those for now. So this would be the wing. And so looking at it, this blue part will be the plexiglass, and I already have those all pre-cut out with my holes pre-drilled. And then the next piece, which I did a test print of it, but my portions were wrong, so the test piece that I have is a little larger than what I need, but it's this piece, which has all of the connection pieces on the inside. So if I was to hide this piece, you could see under here all of the pieces that were printed, which are on here. And so these pieces would then connect. So with this being a test piece, I didn't do all of my final fitting or anything. So this one does not have a pre-slit for the plexiglass. So potentially these elements will go through, if it was the correct size. Which way do I have it? Goes, I haven't touched this in a long time. Actually, I think this is the wrong piece too. But I'll have it where it'll go through the slits, and then it will have a little space for it to sit. And the reason I did it with these little pieces is so that way I could glue it in place a lot easier, and so I could potentially paint both sides without it being attached first. So yeah, that is my rhino pieces. But the whole piece, so I don't think I had hit anything. No. Let us see. I'll show you all of the pieces real quick. So here's my guidelines. I don't know if you can see the pink lines properly, but that's how I drew everything. Let us go to the right angle. We will hide all of you, and we will hide all of you. Perspective. So all of these pieces, I basically was doing all my draft lines in here. And so the piece then is that tall, and then there's all my figures, so I was extruding it upward. And then the inside of the piece, I had to make all of these little side connections so that way the inside is hollow, because I'm also considering weight, where I'm gonna have to wear these pieces. So yeah, and then these parts are for cutting into the piece. Kind of like an architect. So yeah. This is, I keep getting my, so I worked in Illustrator all day today, so I'm like really like awkward with my keybinds because they're so different. But to show you everything put together. Ah, there we go. Sorry, trying to figure this out. So if you see here, this would be the next step for them. And then there is the bottom layer. Putting it all together. We will hide you. And then all of my print pieces. So with these, to show you, so that would be the inside of that one piece. And a new Overwatch update. I thought you weren't going to be on anymore, Blueberry. But welcome back. No, I'm showing my Mercy Wings product that I'm doing in Rhino. So when you see all of these little circles on top, it's actually not going to show. So this gives you a better idea of what it'll look like in rendering. Oh, it fixed? Good. I'm glad. So it'll look like this instead. Back to shaded, because it's easier. Because I don't think you want to look at it in wireframe. That just gets a little more complicated. Helpful, but not all the time. So that's the one wing there. The other ones, so I'll show you the rest of them. Shh, don't tell them that. So the plexiglass I am not printing again. That one I've already pre-cut by hand. And I just need to soften the edges. And these will be painted with a light spray paint of a light blue. So you can still kind of see through it, but not really. Yeah, so here's the rest of the elements. And once I'm done, I'll do the spacing better, because right now a lot of them, they hit, but from my template, they overlap. So it's a lot easier for me to draw them together. Didn't you know? I'm a mad scientist. I make things. Ha ha ha. That, this one, past plexiglass. So all the pieces are going to be really big. And also the reason I'm doing them hollow on the inside is so to show you. So like this one being hollow, potentially I'll have a hole here. So that way I can put like the bars to hold it. Excuse me. And then for this piece, which I have not made yet, I'm going to have it connect to here, and it's actually going to have it where the wings open. They move out. So when I walk, they'll be straight behind me and like this. And then when I press a button, they'll open so they're straight on the sides. So I'll have big wings and I can walk through halls without killing people. Because that was one of the biggest problems I had with my other, my Valkyrie Mercy cosplay. I kept stabbing people, and I don't think that was very, I don't think that made too many people happy. So yeah. I know! Mad scientist. Ah. The other thing I'm going to be doing with these, with also having them hollow on the inside, is I'll try to do under, let's see, for this piece right here, for all of them, so this one, this one, this one, and the one down there, I'll have a little gap somewhere in there, and at least this is the idea. We'll see if it actually works that way. I'm sorry, princess. I'm disturbing her because she's trying to sleep. Right, Miss Chella? Is to put like some lights in there so the wings actually light up a little bit too, which I think would be really cool. And they have like a blue light underneath. So yeah, that's the goal. And that is my progress right now. So you can see from the sides, it's just a little bit thicker than this. So it'll go about there. And then that part will probably each be probably like that big in the end. But those are my Mercy wings. To show you them rendered. And just for shits and giggles, I'll show you it in wireframe, because that just looks crazy. And you can't really see much. I know, she's gotta work in the morning. It's hard for a kitty to stay beautiful. And then to see all the inside parts, so you can see all the mechanisms. So I have each of these little tubing pieces. It actually goes through the piece before it. So that's why the plexiglass has those holes. You can see here that it goes through in that element, and then in that element, and there. So all the pieces can just connect. I know, long day in the office for Miss Chella. She's got to make sure she stays pretty with all that beauty rest. But yeah. And let's see what else they have. They have X-ray. Oh, that one's awful. Technical. I don't think it likes technical. I may have broken it. Aw. Okay, we'll just say no on that one. Nope. Too much for them. What about pin? Nope. But anyway, that is what I was doing before I moved. So now I need to do another test print of one of these pieces, make sure that all of my, I can pull it apart again. Come on. It does not want to come apart. I made it too well. There we go. So some of my pieces actually broke. So in this one right here, it broke off here because it was too thin. So I need to go back and make sure all of my pieces actually fit and won't snap off, at least for the connecting pieces. And then since I changed my scaling, I gotta do that and make sure that the printer is calibrated to the right specs. So it'll take a little bit, but yay, first 3D printing piece, at least at home. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. So back to Overwatch. Thanks for listening to me. We are not gonna save changes because I don't want to. Overwatch, go play. Like a Japanese kitchen knife? What? What did I miss? Yep. So that is the fun. Adam, if you want to get back on Overwatch, I'll wait a little bit.